It's been a while. Hey everyone, I'm John Sisson, and today we're taking a look at the Sony ZV-1F. Alright, it's been a long time since I've last made a video, and I think it's almost been a year. It's just, I don't know what happened. Things just happen, life, work. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with everything. But maybe I'll say that for another video, because today you are here to take a look at the new ZV-1F or ZV-1F, depending on what country or how you like to pronounce your Z's. But I'm gonna go with ZV-1F. This is a new compact camera in Sony's ZV lineup. It sits below the ZV-1 that I have right here. I've actually been using this. If you've taken a look at a few of my past videos, I think it was the last 6 or 7 that I've actually been shooting exclusively on the ZV-1, just because it was so small and compact and easy to take around with me. I didn't have to lug around my SLRs or mirrorless cameras and worry about changing lenses. It was a good compact camera to actually film my videos. So the ZV-1F still has that 1-inch 20 megapixel sensor from Sony. So if you've known anything about the Sony sensors, especially in the RX lineup, they've actually been quite amazing, because it has that nice blurry background that you can get from your subjects in focus, does well in low light considering the size, and of course has that nice flip out LCD screen that a lot of people have liked. Now, with that being said, it is a 20mm f2 lens, so it is a fixed focal length. This is just a quick overview of this camera, going through a bit of its design, build, and of course what it has to offer in terms of features, and anyone looking to get into the content creation space, because this is what Sony is really targeting this camera for. But I did take this on a short trip with me to Tasmania just to document a few things. So I'm going to show you a few of the videos and some of the photos I've taken with this and let you know what I think of it. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I will be uploading a full review of this camera shortly. Okay, so here is the Sony ZV-1F in all its glory. As you can see, it is a fairly simple design, and if anything, the grip here is actually the same material that is made out of the body itself, so don't expect a rubber grip compared to, say, something like the Sony ZV-1, which I have right here. But a few differences that I'll touch on about later. If I take the lens cap off, you can see that it has a filter thread. It is a 40.5mm filter that you can attach onto this camera. I will turn this around and I will open this right up here. So as you can see, it has a 3-inch LCD touchscreen, flips out for different angled shooting, and you can use it for selfies as well. Now, thing is about this, it is a touchscreen, so going to be very useful for navigating through the menu, reviewing your photos as well. If I do a double tap, you can actually zoom in and do the pinch to zoom in or zoom out. On the side here, you can see a very simple button layout, menu function, bin, playback, and of course you've got your scroll wheel here, which is going to be quite easy to navigate through menus. If I quickly press the menu button, and it will pretty much show you how many things you can customize or change. So there are quite a few different things that you can navigate through. Cool thing about this, it is touchscreen as well. So I can go through all of Sony's menu system, very easy and intuitive to go through. This is pretty much the same menu system as the higher end camera models from Sony, like the A7S III and the A7 IV. Really nice to see that trickle down on the lower end cameras. Going on the side here, you can see there is a microphone input over here. You do also have a USB-C input as well as a mini HDMI input right there. No headphone jack, so you won't be able to monitor the audio, but you do have a quick button to have that focus blur if you prefer, as well as a big red button for recording. And when you are recording, you can actually see, I'll actually demonstrate that for you now, the red light. So that makes it easier for you to know when the camera is actually filming. Over here is a toggle button between camera, video, and your slow and quick mode, on and off button, and a hot shoe. Now, just a quick note about the hot shoe, it is not Sony's multi-interface hot shoe, which is on these Sony ZV-1. So you can see those little contacts, metal contacts at the end there on the ZV-1, and you actually don't have that here. So just a quick note of mention that if I want to attach something like a ECM XYST1M, which is Sony's long name for a microphone, I won't be able to attach it. Well, I can attach it to the camera, but it won't power up this microphone, and it actually will need to be connected with the cable that is supplied with this microphone. Whereas if I use it on this camera here, on the ZV-1, I don't need any additional cables. It just slots right into there, and I'd be able to use that microphone straight off the bat. A lot of this camera is made out of recycled material. And whilst I'm on the point of recycled material, Sony do have this little windshield that they do supply with the camera, which will help reduce any wind noise. This comes supplied with the camera itself. So I do have to mount this on like that. And the windshield will pretty much slot into there, and you'll be able to block out any wind noise. The ZV-1F offers a 20mm ultra-wide angle lens, allowing the user to fit more into the frame. But keep in mind, there is only one type of stabilization mode in camera, which is active. Product Showcase trickles its way down to the ZV-1F, giving content creators a fast and reliable autofocus feature to show off their hauls or products or anything of that nature. It works really well, especially if this fits within the type of content you film. On the topic of focusing, IAF, whilst not new, I love how it tracks my eye to always keep me in focus. I will admit though, it did struggle a bit when it came to low light situations. Also, in SNQ mode, there are a variety of frame rates to choose from that will allow you to go up to 5 times in slow motion. I'm currently filming with the ZV or ZV-1F. I do have the active stabilization mode on, so it does crop a bit when you're filming, but it does make the footage a lot more stable than compared to if it didn't have the stabilization. But I think this is doing pretty well, so especially if you're someone that vlogs, this would be a great option because it's so compact. There is no zoom, but you do fit a lot within the frame like this. So currently in Tasmania at Cradle Mountain, and we're just hiking along this boardwalk right here. So there is quite a few steps, but it is pretty cool just getting out and about and filming and just taking it all in, because I really liked doing this when we were like back when I was traveling a lot. But yeah. While limited in terms of manual control for photos, I would probably recommend using it in auto for the most part, unless there was a specific type of look that you were trying to get. However, when it came down to myself needing to get in just that little bit closer, clear image zoom is the way to go, where it could zoom in at 1.5 times before using digital zoom, which would degrade your quality quite noticeably. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that quick little overview of the Sony ZV-1F. I personally think this is going to be a good camera for anyone that wants to get into content creating and is a bit on a budget compared to using a higher end camera or an interchangeable lens camera, because for vloggers or content creators who are looking at doing TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, Facebook, whatever, this is a good camera to get into because it's nice and wide, great for vloggers, great for content creators. It's an interesting camera, and I think a lot of people will admire its, I think its usability because of the touchscreen and just the ease of use that you can get with this camera. It's nice and small, has that flip out screen, and just there's a few design things that I like about this camera already compared to the ZV-1 that I already have. But I'll leave a lot of those details for my full review coming shortly. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload a new video. If you have any questions about this camera, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to answer that, and I might feature that in my full review video coming shortly. And don't forget to take a look in the description down below for more information about this camera, as well as affiliate links that do support the channel. Now until then, Happy shooting, and thanks for watching.